Alright gamers, this is going to be the tutorial on how to do the out of bounds for New Game Plus Easy. At this point of the game, you should have, your inventory should look like this. You should have your mouse selected, or your cursor selection rather, over the clock pendulum with the blue dog head right here. You should have both your Albert pistol and the Glock both attached with unenhanced ammo. And yeah, so once you enter here, you reset on the checkpoint, hit the bathtub drain, confirm the pickup, 180 immediately, and hit the door. So starting from right here is the setup for the out of bounds. Everything you do here will matter, and it's all timing based. So the second that you hit the floor, start spamming left mouse button, center your screen on his right leg, and shoot immediately. One time. Drop down here. I shoot on the ground here. A lot of people say the shots don't matter. I like to shoot twice here. Put the clock pendulum in. Menu over to the statue. Pick up the dog head, and then exit through the doorway here. Shoot here to get Jack to follow you, and then run down the hallway. It's important to do that very quickly, because if you're too quick, or if you're too slow, Jack might walk further down the hall, and then he won't be in the hallway with you here. And what will end up happening is, like, right around where I am now, he'll break through the wall, and then the skip is just destroyed. So get to the end of the hall here, 180, and shoot him in the chest. Don't aim down sights. The Albert pistol is pretty accurate from a distance, so it's not very hard to do. And then get over here and put in the statue. Do it quickly. And then as you come out of the statue, you're just going to walk over into the floor between the two staircases in the middle. By the time you reach this section, Jack should be kicking down the door. And then you're going to shoot a couple times, make sure that he sees you and starts running at you. Switch to the Glock. And the second that his right leg crosses the first step, you're going to shoot him in the right leg. He's going to stagger, and you're going to sprint to the other side of him until you wiggle past. And then here, you want to line up your screen. I'll show this like in a better angle in a second. But right now, I'm out of bounds. Okay? So when you get out of bounds, you're going to run this way and follow the outline of the house. And during the section, you want to swap your ammo back to enhanced ammo. And then once you turn this final wall here, go into your options, go to graphics, and make sure that your frame rate is set to 60. If you play on a 144 Hz monitor and you turn your VSync on, it will not work because of the refresh rate of your monitor. Make sure that the frame rate option is set to 60. Otherwise, you will not fall back through the map. And then before you unpause, make sure you hold W so you don't lose momentum. Land on the staircase, turn around and walk forward, and then you can change your graphics setting or your frame rate settings back if you prefer that, which I definitely do. You're gonna continue walking down this way. Pick up the red key card and then continue on your way. Remember that if you do the out of bounds to get the key card here, you still have to do the clock puzzle later on, but you can only do it after you've picked up the snake key. Otherwise, the game will soft lock and you will not be able to progress. So, real quickly, I'll just give you some visual aid on what to do. So instead of doing the out of bounds this time, I'm just going to kill Jack and then show you what to do from there. And the important part of switching to unenhanced ammo is so that you don't deal enough damage to him to kill him. Because if you use enhanced ammo during any part of this, he will end up dying too early. So I'm using enhanced ammo right now because I plan on killing him anyway. Also, I didn't reset my menu, so it's going to be a little bit different. I'm actually going to kill him really quickly because there's something I want to go over. Alright. So, important thing to note is when you put in the clock pendulum, you have the time it takes for the pendulum to swap with the dog head to menu over the statue, and while it's still going down, you want to line yourself up against this wall with the corner of this part of the lamp. This is the max range, or it's a little bit further than this, but like it's a little bit to the left. You can still pick up the dog head, but you want to be as far away as possible. So you have plenty of time to set this up, and then once it's down, right, you pick it up immediately, and it should take the slot. You 180, come down the hallway, and then be on your way. And then obviously you'd be unenhanced ammo. Jack breaks through the wall because he's still alive technically. Sorry if that jump scared you, lol. Then you pass through here. And the important part of this skip, and the reason why you want to body shot Jack in the hallway, actually go over the distance you want him to be in as well. When you shoot him in the body, when you 180 to shoot him, you want him to be right around this line on the floor between these two parts of the wall here. And the reason for that is you don't want him to be too fast, because if he's anywhere near you, or if he's too close to you rather, you can't put down the eagle statue onto the pedestal, and you need to put down the eagle statue to not soft lock yourself, because if you don't put down the statue, you can still get out of bounds, but the bottom area in the basement, none of the enemies will load in and you can't progress. The trigger for getting to the next area is putting down this stone statuette. So that's pretty tight to be able to do it. Like if I did it normally and I sat here for like a whole second, I might miss my window of opportunity to put it down. So it's very important to get here as quick as possible and then to do the statue. Important thing to note, and I'll make a video on this later because I'm going to have all the statues in them, is anytime you open the statue puzzles start the same way every time. So you can learn how to do them quickly. I'm not going to explain too much about how to do them optimally because I'm going to save it for that video, but yeah. So once you do the puzzle, you hold back and right, turn away immediately, and you stand about right here. Because when Jack comes into the wall, you want to be at a sweet distance to where he does his most aggressive walk, which is his fastest walk. And this is like about the distance after he breaks through the doors where it'll happen. And then you want to come up here to the stairs and then line yourself directly into this wall here like this. And the second that his right leg comes up to the stair here, you're going to pop him once in the leg and then sprint past him. The way you want to position yourself on the wall is you want to be to the left of this part of the part of the railing and look directly into the wall and then hold forward. And that's going to allow him to grab you and then push you out of bounds. So if it's pretty hard to learn, but it's not really hard to learn. It's just like it's very weird because it's not like it's not the way the game was intended to be played, obviously, so it's a little weird. But if you're having trouble with doing the optimal, like the quick setup for this staircase, which you can do as well, is when you pull him. Actually, let me just. You can wake him up, by the way, if you didn't know. Like when he's dead, he's not really dead. So if you deal damage to his body, he'll like wake up. But another thing you can do too is once he starts chasing you, instead of doing the fastest strat, like I recommend practicing the fastest strat regardless, but like if you really just want to do runs and it's giving you a lot of trouble, get him to chase you again, but come up this part of the staircase. And make sure he stays behind you. If you go too fast, he'll like go down the stairs, it'll be the shortest distance, but then you can set it up like this. So make sure that you're just a little bit to the left of this pillar, look into the wall, and then hold forward. And then you're out of bounds. So that's the out of bounds tutorial. Actually, you know what? Just real quick, I'll show you how to do it on New Game Easy. So New Game Easy, it's a little bit different because you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have this, or this. But just like the inventory is going to be a little bit wonky, so don't worry too much about that. But this is just more for like how it differs because obviously you don't have enhanced ammo. So same thing, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to shoot him in the leg. It is a little finicky though, because the Glock is much more inaccurate than the Albert pistol, especially when you're hip firing. For the most part, it's the same deal. Whoops, swap over. And the difference here is that when you stagger him in the hallway, you're not going to shoot him in the chest, and you're going to aim down sight and shoot him in the head and around the same area. And then continue through the dog head. And the reason why I say aim down sights is because it's, like I said before, the Glock is very inaccurate. Put down the statue, do the puzzle, And then this part's gonna be a little bit different because Jack's gonna be moving a little bit slower because of the weaker stagger on the clock. So you're gonna run back to the aux door, and you're only gonna push open this left side of the door just a bit. That's gonna cause him to like kick down the door, and then you would do whatever menuing you would need to do, and then it'd be the same thing. And then boom. So that's how you do it on New Game Plus and on New Game Easy. You can also do the out of bounds on the Madhouse difficulty modes. I don't know about Madhouse New Game, but Madhouse New Game Plus you can do it for sure, and it's actually pretty sick. But yeah, that's the tutorial for the out of bounds. Thanks for watching, boys, and I hope this was useful for you. Good luck on your runs. GG gamers.